loves, my name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be looking over my stats for Q1 of 2022. Apologies for the background. There's currently quite a heavy-duty storm happening, but what's better time to film than in the midst of a storm? So let's dive into talking about all of my statistics that I have acquired for my reading of the first quarter of 2022. I do go over these at the beginning of the next month, as when I do my wrap-ups I quickly talk over the statistics as well. Basically, I'm just curious to see how biased this is at the moment and where we end up further down the year. Okay, so first thing, as across all of these, I have read 60 books, 30 of those being Animorphs and 30 not. My total pages read so far is 15,413. What the fuck? Of that, I've got 114 hours of listening time in this year already, which equates to nearly 5 days of reading. Straight. So I have acquired 38 books, with my birthday being in February. That's not surprising, although April is shaping up to be quite a large haul as well. And I've reread 2 books. First being the Animorphs, the first Animorphs book, and then the second being the first Blue Bloods, as I read them when I was younger and coming back to them. So I'm not going to do the monthly breakdowns of the number of books and the pages, as we can surmise roughly. 34 was the number of books read in January, which was fucking insane. But my format is rather interesting, and we've had some diverging of my reading this year. Things have happened that I was not cognitive of that were going to occur this year. So my format is split between audio and physical and audio book. In March, I read 1 physical book without the audio book. That was it. I read 10 ebooks. I read 9 ebook and audiobook combinations and 20 audiobooks just straight listening, and then 20 combining with the physical and audiobook. What the fuck? That's like, I haven't actually looked at these stats. That is insane. I genuinely cannot believe that that is how my reading went. I read so many digital books and I just listened. Obviously most of those were, if not all of them, were Animorphs, but still, damn. In terms of audience, I've read 16 adult, 2 new adult, 10 YA, and 32 middle grade. Again, 30 of the Animorphs are the middle grade, so technically I've only read 2 middle. I've only read 2 middle grades in March out of the 60 things that I read. Fuck off. The Gremlins. Oh my god. Radio. I've literally read Flight by Angie Sage and The Gremlins by Roald Dahl, and they are my only 2 other middle grades. What the hell? I don't know what the rest of my stats were like. I will be so curious to watch this back next year around the same time and see just how different my reading is. Wow! What the hell? I did not expect that. So in all technicality, I'm reading, like, cutting out Animorphs, I'm reading more adult. Which, okay, sure, I'll take it. So the places that I read from, 46% or 28 of those books were from the library. I count the Animorphs because I was getting them through the library app, either through Hoopla or through Libby. So I count that way. I don't count it under like Libro FM, or if I did own the physical copy. So for the first one or for any other owned books, I would put them under owned, which I have read 19 from. So I've read 19 books off my shelf out of 30. Fuck, that's bad. I've read 3 NetGalley arcs and I've read 10 other. For the other category, this is when I have downloaded them and read them digitally without any audiobook. They were sourced from not my library, so I just put it as other, and I think that also counts for the Gremlins as well. Alright, very change up. For my listened via, 35 were through Libby and or Hoopla, 7 were through Audible, 6 were through other, so I feel that was Erin sourcing those for me, and 1 was from Scribd. So my Scribd account is like null and void. I am not using it mostly because I like listening to things on 3 times speed, and Scribd, I can only do that on the computer, and I don't find it comfortable to sit at my computer and read. I can do it on my phone if I go through the Safari, but the screen times out and it won't just automatically go to the next chapter, and is really frustrating on that sense. So that's why Scribd has, but I've been utilizing Libby so much. It's been great. Then for series, I wrote this information down somewhere. I have read 49 books as part of a series. 9 of those were the first books in a series, and then I have continued on with 9. That's it. So obviously 30 Animorphs books, so then I'm left with 19 others. And then 9 of those were the starts of series, so there was not a lot of room for continuing, but I've continued on some. Hopefully this will be way better in the next quarter, because I will actually be continuing on with series rather than starting them. Hopefully it will be better, depending on how the Cluedo gods go. So 11 of them were standalones. In terms of ratings for the quarter, I'm looking at a 4.17 rating, which is pretty good. I've given out 1 3-star, 10 3.5s. Majority of those were Animorphs and the Monstrous Hearts. 27 4-stars, 12 4.5, and 10 5-stars. So I've really been stingy with me 5-stars, and I don't think that's going to get better. I feel like I really now know my reading taste and what feels like a 5-star book to me. There are some that I sit on the edge and go, are you but I'm definitely noticing which books feel more 5-stars than others. In terms of genre, my highest obviously is going to be sci-fi, taking out the 30. I'm left with 6 sci-fi, which is still a decent amount of sci-fi for me, actually. Anyway, I've read 14 fantasy, that's my usual, 2 contemporary, 1 historical, 1 non-fiction, 3 paranormal, 2 romances, and a thriller. So slightly diverse for me, but also fantasy sci-fi being my highest is usual. I'm surprised I haven't read more contemporary, like even combining the contemporary, romance, and thriller and historical, that's only 6 books. That's really not that much. But I did only, that's a 10th. I don't know, take it that what you will. Author status, I've read before 45 books. Again, the entire 30 of Animorphs is in that, so I've really only read 15 non-Animorphs and 15 new to me. So that's pretty good. About an even split's how I like it to be, rather than the 75-25 that it currently looks like. Now, one thing that I was super excited to track this year, and I know it's probably as boring as batshit for most other people, but I love it, is the publication year. So I read 1 from 1943, 1 from 1989, 2 from 1990 to 1994, 31, 1995 to 1999. Again, 30 Animorphs, and then Feet of Clay by Terry Pratchett, which surprised me because I forgot that it was in that lump, and I was like, why is it 31? It should only be 30. That's that one. Didn't read anything from 2000 to 2004, 5 from 2005 to 2009, 3 from 2010 to 2014, 6 from 2015 to 2019, and 11 from 2019 to 2022. With 8 2022, which I'm really actually proud of. I didn't think I kept up. Like, I still feel very behind with new releases, considering I talk about like 30 in a given month, but you know, you do what you can. I don't track author statistics in this, or whether they're male, female, or non-binary, or their nationality or identity in any way, shape, or form, and I figured out why. It's been a bugbear of mine that I don't, but I realized my goal is to read off my shelves. My shelves are not diverse at the moment because they are reflective of me going to book fairs and picking up everything that I possibly could, and it didn't matter who the author was or anything like that. It's not reflective of my current reading taste now, and I'm trying to work off my shelves. I'm trying to get through that backlog to get to the things that I'm excited for. And one thing I have decided, just looking over my statistics then, is to track what I'm bringing in, and if that is better than previous. I don't mind that I don't have those statistics to show, hi, I'm a diverse reader, because when I'm reading off my shelves, I'm actually probably not. Yes, it hurts, but It's the truth. I don't have diverse shelves yet, but I'm excited for it. I'm definitely picking up anything that's LGBT, like that is in my hands in an instant, and BIPOC and of other nationalities, that will just naturally happen as I find out about more exciting things and just naturally go towards others. So it was sitting with me that I wasn't tracking it, and I felt bad about it because I'm like, I should be a diverse reader, and I'm like, well, actually the thing I'm trying to accomplish is to clear out that backlog of cis white authors that I have on my shelves to then be able to get to the fun exciting things that I'm bringing in every year. Fingers crossed that's a goal, but that's why I'm not tracking it. So I think that's it. I'm so excited to continue on and see how much my reading changes throughout this year and just what I pick up. April has been a pretty fast reading month, but my stats are pretty normal in terms of like genre and all of that. May, however, is another story, so brace yourselves for that, TBR. Yep, everything's fine. Let me know in the comments, do you track your statistics? If so, what is something that you love to watch? I am so excited seeing the number of pages that I have read collectively. That just blew my mind. Let me know what you like tracking, and if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!